How does utilitarianism account for animal suffering in ethical decision-making? Have you ever thought about how we make ethical choices regarding animals? Utilitarianism offers a fascinating perspective on this issue. At its core, utilitarianism is about maximizing happiness and minimizing suffering for all beings capable of experiencing these states, which includes both humans and non-human animals. This means that when we think about ethical decisions, we must consider the suffering of animals just as we do human suffering. Utilitarianism recognizes that animals can feel pain and pleasure. This recognition is essential. For instance, if an action causes significant suffering to animals but brings only minor pleasure to humans, utilitarianism would likely deem that action unethical. The overall balance of happiness minus suffering would be negative, leading to a moral judgment against that action. In practical terms, this approach challenges many common practices that harm animals. Consider factory farming, animal testing, or entertainment involving animals. The suffering animals endure in these situations is often severe and prolonged. Meanwhile, the benefits to humans can be relatively minor. For example, the brief enjoyment some people get from eating animal products does not compare to the extensive suffering animals experience in industrial farming. Utilitarianism often concludes that such practices are morally wrong because they create more suffering than happiness overall. However, it also allows for complex trade-offs. In some cases, if harming a smaller number of animals could prevent greater suffering for a larger number of beings, utilitarianism might permit that harm. This flexibility sets utilitarianism apart from moral theories that strictly prohibit harming animals. Another important aspect of utilitarianism is its impartiality. It does not give special moral status to humans simply because they are human. Instead, it demands equal consideration of interests. This principle has led many utilitarians to advocate for animal rights and welfare reforms, pushing for changes that reduce animal suffering. Utilitarianism incorporates animal suffering into ethical decision-making by weighing all suffering and happiness equally, regardless of species. This results in a moral framework that often opposes unnecessary animal cruelty and exploitation. Yet, it can also justify some harm to animals if it leads to the greatest overall good. This perspective reflects a consequentialist view where the rightness of an action depends on its outcomes for all sentient beings.